What's up, everyone? This is FP Sticks bringing you my first look at some Toxic Cup battles here. Now, the Toxic Cup is done through Sylph, which is like a third-party organization that organizes these super fun tournaments with a meta that changes every month with specific type restrictions. And this month's cup, or this next coming month's cup, is the Toxic Cup. As you can see on the screen there, the types that are allowed in this cup are bug types, poison types, normal types, ground types, and grass types. All of these battles take place within the Great League. We have some specific species bans as well. Tropius isn't allowed, no Noctowl, no Vigoroth, and no Mudboys, so any Pokemon that has a water and ground typing. So these are kind of just some blind battles that I had with one of my patrons, Jonathan Kelly. Huge shout out to him for the support. But we were just using some blind teams here and just trying out some picks for the Toxic Cup. So you can kind of see how some of these battles shape out. I'm going to let you know right now, I do really bad in a lot of these battles because I'm just using crazy whack Pokemon. Toxicroak is definitely one of the Pokemon that is looking like it's going to be kind of a staple Pokemon for a lot of people's teams. I'll have a video coming out soon with a lot of battles where I kind of focus on Toxicroak, but poison types are everywhere, so anytime Toxicroak is allowed in the cup and there's poison types around, it's really nice to use him because he has access to Mud Bomb. So he's one of those poison types that can hit super effective on all the other poison types, as well as he's going to be resisting all of the grass type attacks within this cup as well. You are going to have to watch out for ground type attacks because of your poison typing, but Toxicroak, very glassy. It also has access to counter, which is just such an amazing move. I think most people are going to be running a fighter on their team, whether that's Toxicroak or Heracross are probably the two most common fighters that people are going to run. So see what we got here. Bibarel is also another solid option. We're in a Bibarel mirror match here, and I play this absolutely horribly. I check to see what's in my line of three, and neither of those are good options to Bibarel, so I'm just stuck in this scenario, going to try to play it out. I do shield up the Hyper Fang, which is good for me. Trying to shield bait him with Surf, hoping that he's going to match my shields, but he does not, so really unfortunate for me. I am now down a shield. Going to try to bait with the Surf again. It's pretty hard to count Water Gun fast moves, so I was hoping that I'd get the bait, but this does not work out. If this is a Hyper Fang, I believe it would do enough. It barely does not do enough damage to take me out, and I'm able to win out the lead, but look how much health I have remaining. Really not good at all. This cup does not feel near as hard countery as Rose Cup, and definitely not as hard countery as Fusion, so I'm already liking that a whole lot. In the Rose Cup, man, geez, if you lose the lead, it is just like a 99% chance that you're probably going to lose that match unless you somehow picked a line of three that totally just takes them by surprise. But the Rose Cup is a very lead-dependent cup for sure. This Ice Fang Drapion is absolutely going to shred my team. Piloswine here is taking neutral damage to the Ice Fangs, and it's going to take super effective damage from the Aqua Tails. I have a Flygon in the back, which is double weak to the Ice Fang. Look at how much damage that thing chunks away. Flygon is pretty fun to use. I've never used it in a Sylph Cup before, so maybe this will be the first one that I actually give it a shot. It's got the Community Day move of Earth Power on it, as well as Mudshot as the fast move and Dragon Claw, so pretty spammy, but also very glassy. He brings out his Fortress, which is another really solid option in this cup. Most people are going to be running Mirror Shot and Earthquake, but honestly, I'm pretty sure Mirror Shot is a pretty crappy move. It does have like a debuff chance, I believe an attack debuff chance on your opponent, but I prefer Rock Tomb and Earthquake, so you still have something that threatens the bugs and threatens the flyers when you are using Fortress. Sorry for a bunch of like cropping of the screen there. My wife Katie was blowing up my phone with texts while I was trying to record this. Kind of funny. Qwilfish is a very solid pick in this cup as well. Has access to Water Gun, Aqua Tail, and then honestly, I might run Fell Stinger on my Qwilfish just to boost up the raw damage of Water Gun. Water Gun is a decently a relatively high damage move, so if you can ramp up the attack on that, you can really do some fast move beatdown. He brings out Shiftry. Shiftry is always super fun to use, so spammy with Snarl, Leaf Blade, and Foul Play. I did bring Heracross in this line, which is a solid wall to Shiftry, but Heracross is still very glassy, so these moves are going to hurt. I'm fully committing to just countering down the Shiftry. Going to have to eat another charge move here. I don't want to commit my last shield yet, though. What does he have in the back? I now have a loaded Heracross. So I've got a close combat stored up. He brings out the Golbat, and I put the Heracross in the back. This was stupid. I should have just went for straight Crunch there. But he has Steelix, and so I'm going to go straight for Flamethrower on the Steelix with my Skuntank. The Steelix is heavily resisting my Poison Jabs, but Flamethrower does hit for super effective. I feel like any Pokemon you can get that has Fire-type damage is really going to be useful in this cup. Hippowdon with Fire Fang was really looking nice, and I think Skuntank with Flamethrower really has a lot of play in it. There's so many Bug and Steel types in this cup, and Grass types as well, that having access to those fire moves I really feel like is going to be pretty valuable. Because I stored this close combat in my Heracross in the back after I burned a shield, I'm able to one-shot the Steelix and take that match. Good game there. Oh man, why do I keep bringing in this Galvantula? I made a Go Battle League video on that thing back when it was in Great League, and it's pretty much like an Alolan Raichu that sucks. That's essentially what Galvantula is, at least when I use it. He brings out Haunter, and I'm going to bring out Pidgeot. I'm going to be immune to all of Haunter's attacks, assuming that it's not running Sludge Bomb. So he goes for Shadow Punch. Again, I'm heavily resisting all this stuff. Pidgeot is pretty highly ranked on pvpoke.com, which has pretty much the tier list for all of these different cups. Since Noctowl is banned, Pidgeot kind of fulfills the role of Noctowl. Honestly, I'm not totally sold on Pidgeot. I might try out some of the other flyers like Swellow. But we'll have to see. This is a Legacy Pidgeot with Wing Attack as the fast move. Brave Bird did hit for a lot of damage on that Gliscor there. Flygon and Gliscor are also allowed within this cup, and we saw them have a lot of play in the Rose Cup, so it'll be interesting to see how they perform here. I'm going to let this Night Slash go through. Look at how much damage that does. Night Slash is not a very good move. It didn't get stab on it, and it still hit for that amount of damage. Galvantula is very squishy. It is a squishy spider. Going for the Mud Bomb here on the Lanoon, and the counter damage is able to just shred that Lanoon. Out comes Gliscor, and because he still has two shields up, honestly I shouldn't even throw a charge move here. I just have to commit to fast moving down this Gliscor. I just need one Volt Switch to get through on this Gliscor, and it should be enough to take it out. I would have been able to survive that Night Slash, but he gets the boost. He gets the freaking boost. Is this going to take me out now? So close, and I'm able to take that match. Good games there. Yeah, Galvantula, I cannot recommend it, but if you can make it work for you, good for you. Okay, Flygon, I do think is going to be decent. He's got his Scizor out. And this used to be the top-rated Pokemon for this cup, but the meta's going to shift pretty rapidly. But Scizor definitely seems like a really good pick. I'm not super certain on what moveset you should run on it, whether you should run Fury Cutter or Bullet Punch as the fast move. Fury Cutter has amazing energy generation, but kind of crappy damage. And Bullet Punch is kind of a so-so move. So we'll just have to see. I'm going straight for the Earth Power on this Wigglytuff. It does get shielded up, and I don't get the debuff, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Now I have my own Scissor in the back. It is shiny, so bonus damage. Again, that's just a joke. Don't take it seriously. I'm running Fury Cutter on mine for the energy generation, and because I'm just out of fast TMs, and this is what it currently had. Iron Head is going to hit Wigglytuff for super effective damage, so I really need to get another Iron Head off. I'm assuming he's going to try to switch out of this matchup. There's the switch, but I have Heracross to greet this Venusaur, which is going to be a good response. I am going to resist the Frenzy Plants. But the Sludge Bombs do hit me for neutral damage, and very strong neutral damage. I really need to get to this Earthquake. I still prefer Earthquake on Heracross as of now, other than Megahorn. Maybe in this cup, Megahorn might be a little bit better, but again, I just had Earthquake on it from when I ran it in Fusion. Yeah, I liked having that nuke potential against Alolan Marowak to catch it by surprise. Able to take that game there. Alright, bringing some very interesting Pokemon here. It looks like Fortress, Alolan Muck, and Drapion. My Drapion is running Ice Fang. And you can see right here, oh, this match is insane. This match is insane. Okay, so I have my Fortress on this Venomoth. This is pretty much just a resisted damage match all around. So I'm going to stay in. I do want to hit this Rock Tomb. He gets the boost on the first Silver Wind. So I'm like, oh geez, he's probably going to commit a shield here. And this confusion damage is now insanely strong. I have to shield this up, but he baits me with Poison Fang. Amazing play. I really want to get to this Rock Tomb. This Rock Tomb still should be enough to take out the Venomoth if he lets it go unshielded. But he shields it up, and at this point I should have switched out. So I lost the lead, and this Venomoth is still relatively farmed up. I'm going to bring out my Ice Fang Drapion. I shield this up. He baits me with Poison Fang again. But because this thing is boosted, it's able to survive these Ice Fangs. This is going to be a Silver Wind, and it's going to hit for very strong neutral damage. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this Venomoth is going on a rampage. This is insane. Absolutely insane. He's got his own Drapion in the back, so there's no way that I'm going to be able to win this. And I threw Crunch because I had such little health. I was like, whatever's coming in is going to get crunched, and I should have went Aqua Tail. Big mistake on my play. And Drapion is easily going to take this because it's hitting me for neutral damage while I'm hitting it for resisted damage the entire time. Let me know what you guys think of this Toxic Cup. It looks pretty fun. I still got a couple more Rose Cup tournaments finishing out in the end of this month, so let me know if you'd like to see some recaps of that. If you would like to support the channel and be on my friends list and train with me, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.